Hey, what's up, y'all? It is Rev KC Taylor coming to you live from my couch. I use they, them pronouns. If you don't know, now you know. And I am feeling like it is a good time. I don't ever come on live, especially from my couch. But I don't know about you. It is expensive in these streets. I have been in the house cooking. Many of you know that I'm a vegan, so I'm often it's cheaper to cook. Even like these little four packs of chicken patties that I make little sandwiches with. Like I can you grocery store ingredients. I can make a chicken sandwich, one chicken sandwich for the price, or four chicken sandwiches for the price of one. So I've been out here scrimping and scrounging. I am the kind of person that often has multiple hustles going on. Right now, in addition to serving as the senior minister of the United Life Center for Spiritual Living, I am also working as a floater at CSU Youth Services, which basically means that when when staff need a break, like usually somebody will text me and be like, "Hey, I want to go to this thing. Are you free? Are you available?" And if I am, I do, and if I'm not, I don't. And so for the month of July, for some reason, I've been like scheduled like a regular employee. So I don't know what the deal is. I'm not mad at it. I just happen to be scheduled at times that worked out, and working at a shelter in the evenings makes it so that I am way more likely to make good money choices. I'm not out in the streets spending money. I'm at a shelter doing good work in the community, and that feels amazing. So I wanted to hop on here, go live. Like I said, I never do this. Wanted to hop on here to talk about the Money Shit program that I am launching on July 27th. And for a little background, this is why I decided to go live, because I was like, I could just run my mouth, let it roll, and whoever pops on. When they do, they don't. Feel free to drop a comment if there's something that I'm saying that you resonate with or you got questions about. If you want to learn more about Money Shit, please feel free to drop a comment. So for background, the concepts of Money Shit started with the 90-day program that I created called Making Peace with Your Inner Shit Talker. And the concept behind that is there is a reflection question, a song of the day, and an affirmation that's provided, and everything's broken up into subjects of 4 days of practice. So Money Shit was 4 days of that 90-day practice, and the inspiration for the program it's for the Money Shit standalone program was this flow. It started with, I don't know if you know a little backstory, but as senior minister of United Life Center for Spiritual Living in Oklahoma City, somebody who I really trusted, who our community really trusted, stole a bunch of money. So within my first 6 months in the role, we had to face this loss of both experiencing that moment of recognizing that somebody who we thought we could trust, we cannot, and that was really heartbreaking. And the second piece of it is just the loss of the funds that come along with it. And when I started, we were aware that we had a road to travel. The community was not in a position. It was in what I like to call a bit of a blank slate, where the building had been sold. That's why there was money to steal, and a lot of the community had drifted away. So our community started out really, really small, and we didn't have a designated, dedicated place for where we were doing Sundays. The place where we were at the time, Radiant Living, has since undergone a fantastic remodel that would have better served us if we had stuck around. But at the time, we knew it wouldn't work out for us, mainly because of the wheelchair access. We had a community member that just wasn't comfortable using the ramp, and it was really important to us that Spirit Uncuffed is accessible. Our Sunday 12:30 is the sound bath. 1 p.m. is the Spirit Uncuffed Sunday gathering that we need it to be accessible, that people with limited mobility felt comfortable coming into the building. And so we made this decision. Doesn't matter why we made the decision. All I'm saying is that we're in this blank slate place where we were moving, where the community was small, and we were starting from the bottom. So I've been making every effort to identify what is mine to do to address the financial concerns of this organization. And I recognize that both the financial challenges of the organization itself are a reflection of the community. That if we're not thriving as an organization, that means the community isn't thriving. And our whole mission is empowering each other to create happy, healthy, abundant lives. And obviously, we're falling off on the abundance part of it. So I sat with this idea of, if I'm recognizing that we're not serving the community's financial needs of inspiring an abundance consciousness, what needs to happen? And I felt like it was really important that we had a prosperity program that was accessible for everyone, and it needed to be powerful too. Like, I thought about financial prosperity programs that I've been a part of, the things that have had the tools that I've used that have had the biggest impact on my life. And for me, a lot of the tools that I used, I kind of have had to make my own. That the way that they came out the book, the way they came out the box, I had to really find a way to connect to it. So I really saw value in coming up with my own thing for the community, and I chose to stay present about it. I didn't put any pressure on myself of like, this got to be a thing. It was just chose to stay present. And at the leadership retreat, the leadership of our community gets together once a year, generally around spring, and we plan what we're doing for the year. So this year, I led a visioning exercise with the leadership to imagine a prosperity program. And what was so wild is that nobody who is participating in the visioning got any kind of clarity about a prosperity program. They all got some clarity about some completely different thing. And I don't know if you know anything about visioning, but the whole idea behind it is to listen to your inner wisdom and hear, write down, receive what it is your inner wisdom has to say. So it doesn't matter if the topic is a prosperity program. If your inner wisdom got something else to say, that's what it is. So as I facilitated this visioning, nobody who is participating in it got any kind of clarity around a prosperity program. But in my experience of facilitating it, I got all kinds of clarity that popped up. I think the concept of taking the 4 days from the Inner Shit Talker program and expanding it might have started there. I'm not super sure. But what I do know is that I had, like, in the weeks leading up to this leadership retreat, I kept picking up these Science of Mind magazines. I'm looking at them over there, but I'm not going to run across the room and grab one. But I kept coming across, like, hard copies of the Science of Mind magazine, and on the back of it was an ad for a prosperity program that I'd participated in called Core Prosperity Relief. CPR is what it stood for. And in this program, it was like a phone number, because this was like, I want to say it was like 2012, something like that, where it was like you'd call a phone number, and the senior minister, the person facilitating the program, would share a kind of like 5-minute message about whatever. It was like a 30-day experience, and it was accessible it was like 5 minutes a day. So you would call this phone number, listen to the message, and you could do it live. You could do it at any given point of the day. And so I just really got clarity that this concept of a prosperity program needed to be something that was easy and accessible to regardless of where somebody is in the world, that they could participate in it. And that it needed to be kind of bite-sized. So in that visioning, what came clear to me was the concept of a limited window, not like an 8 or 12 week class, like a lot of Centers for Spiritual Living classes are at least 5 weeks. And 30 days is less than 5 weeks. It's close to 5 weeks. But I felt like accessibility isn't just about whether there's an online class. There's also time associated with accessibility. Hey yo, thanks for being here. So I'm talking about this money shit program. I sent you an invite, yo. So this information might be really helpful. I was speaking to how the concept itself was born out of the Making Peace with Your Inner Shit Talker program that I created. That started out as a 4-day program, 4 days out of a 90-day program, and I got clarity that accessibility, having a program where it doesn't take a lot of time. 7 minutes a day is not a lot of time. 7 days is a commitment, is not a lot of commitment. And I think that when it comes to developing new habits, something that is accessible for our schedules, so that means that the way this program works is you'll get a text at 7 a.m. You don't have to answer there's nothing you need to do at 7 a.m. That's just going to be when it arrives. And you'll have an opportunity, you'll be invited to dedicate 7 minutes, a minimum of 7 minutes, to the practice that's provided. So the 7 a.m. text will include a reflection question, a song, and an affirmation. And what your practice might look like in any given day might just be reading the affirmations a couple times. Maybe you don't even spend 7 minutes on it. Maybe you read the affirmation through 3 times, and that feels good enough for you, and you move on with your day, and that's what that day's practice looks like. Or maybe the reflection question inspires you to spend some time journaling about it or meditating about it. Or maybe you paint a picture that the reflection question reminded you of. That spirituality, prosperity is something that is different for all of us. There is no one size fits approach to how we develop good habits around money. But the intention behind this practice is looking at our relationship to money. So there'll be these reflection questions, and maybe you'll look at the reflection question and you're like, oh yeah, good, I got this. And so all you do is you play the song and you listen to it, and you get some good prosperity, abundance, energy going in your body as you dance along to the song. So like I said, it might be a reflection, you might do a deep dive, maybe you spend more than 7 minutes on that practice that day. The intention is for it to be self-guided and for it to work within your schedule, what serves and supports you. And on the final day, on the 7th day, we'll have an opportunity to come together and talk about what the experience meant for us. We will meet on Zoom at 7 p.m. Central. August 3rd is when that'll fall out. It'll be a Monday, August 3rd at 7 p.m. Central. And if you can't make it, there will be a recording and more opportunities to expand the practice. If 7 days was working for you, give you some tools and some ideas on how to keep the momentum going. If your inspiration, your inner wisdom decides you to take a break, but maybe you'll be invited to revisit it again, that these tools are available for you. So the idea of developing good habits around money, usually habits take more than 7 days to create. They usually take more than 7 minutes a day to create. But having an accessible program to get you started, or to get you on the path where 7 minutes a day for a year is incredibly transformative. Seven minutes for 30 days is incredibly transformative. So this is just an opportunity for you to dip your little toe in. Yo, I love that you said that you do this already. So this will fit right into your spiritual practice. It's a way to supplement your spiritual practice. If you're the kind of person that already has a solid practice, it's a way to kind of beef that up. You can learn about some new songs about prosperity that you may not know. So I appreciate your commenting. Thank you for considering joining the community and the people who are participating in this program. And I don't know if I've never said this to you directly, but since you're here and you're watching, would love to invite you to come out to a Spirit Uncuffed gathering sometime on a Sunday. I have never met you in real life, and I would absolutely love to meet you one day in real life. So if you feel so inspired, check out Spirit Uncuffed. On Sundays, we offer a sound bath at 12:30, and our gathering is at 1 p.m. Goes from 1 to 2 p.m. We have a little music, some inspiration, some community engagements. We have a potluck on the first Sunday of every month. So if a Sunday gathering sounds a little overwhelming for you, but a potluck sounds like a nice, easy entrance into our community, that might be the right thing for you. You do you. That's our whole thing, is you do you. So like I said, everything we do is about accessibility, and would love to hear your thoughts. Would love to see you in the Money Shit program. If you've got questions, feel free to reach out to me. And if you are interested in registering, the website is unitedlife.org. We've got a registration link on the main page and under classes and events, so feel free to check out our website, check out Spirit Uncuffed, check out Money Shit. Thanks for joining me on Facebook Live. I'm glad that you want to link to. I'm glad. I trust and know, that the universe will bring us together when the time is right. And I give you all some well wishes to have the best day ever. Enjoy all things. Hope to see you around the internets.